everybody, I'm Ashley Eining.
And I'm Luke Majerus.
And this is our KeyMedia Solutions live streaming series 10 at 10, where we go live every Friday at 10 a.m. to give you guys the recent updates in digital marketing and answer all of your questions, digital marketing wise, anything you have, or any updates you wanted to know more about, or just anything you're interested in knowing.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section right now, and we'll try to get to those. Or also use the KeyMedia 10 at 10 hashtag, and we'll get to those later too.
And today it's a special episode. On our third episode, we have our guest, Korena Keys, our KeyMedia Solutions CEO. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into digital marketing, Korena?
Absolutely. I've actually been in marketing advertising industry for over 25 years, not to age myself, but really started investing a lot of time and energy into the online space probably 15 years ago, you know, when Google first came out with paid search ads, and have just really dove in, learned as much as I could possibly learn in all aspects of online marketing and advertising, and how that wove its way into the traditional side of things. So, you know, newspaper buying, television buying, cable buying, radio, and which has led me to this point today.
Awesome. Yep, so we have Korena Keys, our guest today on the episode. A few things we talked about last week in episode 2, I covered Amazon's Video Direct program, where video content creators can upload their content and actually make revenue from it. And I also covered Twitter's character count. They're going to stop counting photos and links from that 140 character count.
And then I covered Google banning payday loans from search ads, and also Facebook going to introduce some pre-roll and post-roll in their audience network. All right, now I'll dive into what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about Google's Live Summit Review. Last Tuesday, they had a big announcement. They're making some changes to their AdWords and their analytics platforms. Two big changes that I want to talk about. They're going to change up their text ads a little bit. Instead of having one headline and 2 descriptions, they're now going to have 2 headlines and 1 description. The headline will be 2 lines of 30 characters each, and then the description will be 1 long line of 80 characters. And another thing that they are going to add is they're going to start showing more ads in Google Maps. Google was all about mobile during the summit, and now you're going to be able to promote your store within Google Maps.
I think those updates are going to be huge, especially for brands and marketers to get on right away to stand out. Those promoted pins on maps to make brands stand out compared to all the other pins that are on the maps. And then also for those extended ads to really stand out from all other ads, that the 4 ads that pop up on those search result pages. So for brands and marketers to jump on that quickly is going to be huge. So our next topic I wanted to touch on, 2 weeks ago I talked about the Instagram business profiles. So Instagram is going to really start organizing between personal pages, personal profiles, and business profiles. There's actually some investigation into the back end on the code part of those business profiles, and we see 4 inactive features that are really going to be game changers for those business profiles. There's a can boost post feature. So there's going to be that opportunity to really put money to really increase your reach on Instagram, which also kind of shows that it might turn into Facebook, where you really have to pay to get that reach when you're a business instead of getting that organic reach. There's also a can see organic insights. So there actually was a few leaks to images of the analytics that Instagram's going to push out, and it showed that paid users were going to see popular times and days of followers, follower demographics, and then also post impressions. But this can see organic insights feature shows that there's going to be free organic insights as well to that paid analytics. So that's really interesting. There's also a can convert to business feature that they're going to make active soon, which shows kind of that they're going to start pushing or forcing personal profiles that are businesses to become business profiles. And there's also another feature called Show Insights Terms. So you're going to have that additional analytics insights to reach, impressions, views, engagement rates, clicks, likes, and comments.
So they're making Instagram more like Facebook.
They are. Slowly but surely, it's turning into Facebook. And Instagram is owned by Facebook, so it's not a huge shocker.
Right.
But yeah, kind of pushing it so that businesses and brands are really going to have to start putting money towards Instagram. So smart on Facebook's and owning Instagram, but
For business.
not so exciting for businesses.
Right.
So we had a question from Nolan. He said, which feature for Instagram will be the most beneficial for marketers? And I think it's going to be that boosted post. Eventually, if they do kind of move like Facebook did, where you had to put money towards it, that's going to be the most beneficial. It's also going to be the biggest struggle for businesses because they don't necessarily want to put money towards it when they already had that organic reach. You saw that fight with Facebook when that happened, and it seems that Instagram's turning that way as well.
Is Instagram going to have the same analytics to be able to identify audiences so that businesses can accurately target customers?
Yeah, and that's what those links of those photos for the analytics view showed that it's going to give you like those popular times and days of your followers. So really when to post your photos and when to boost them to get that largest reach, and then also those follower demographics to really see who your audience is. On Instagram right now, we don't have that information. We have our list of followers, but we don't have, kind of them in groups of like what their interests are, what their income or home income is. So that'll be really interesting to see how businesses can benefit from that on Instagram as well.
Good deal. Good.
Now we have a question for Korena from our friend Tobaria. How do you see the market shifting in the future? Will Google stay king of advertising, or will the social media platforms take over sooner than we think?
Well, I think in whole, whether it's through Google or it's through one of the social networks, we're really moving into an era of a social web. So everything advertisers need to do really needs to be personal and connected and kind of incorporate that social feel of their marketing into all other aspects of online advertising. It could be through paid search ads, it could be through videos or display ads, but either way there's going to be a lot of blurred lines between social networks and paid ad networks or even news outlets moving forward.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah, and I just want to remind everybody, if you guys have any questions on out there, just write them in the comment section or tweet us at #KMS10@10. We're here to answer any of your questions and update you guys as well.
We got one more question too from Megan. What is the biggest challenge you see in digital marketing compared to traditional marketing?
Honestly, it's credibility. There's just a lot of businesses out there that don't hold to the same ethical practices that we would like businesses to hold to. There's a lot of businesses that have some concerns about how it all works and where their money is being spent and how it's being spent. Just visibility and some transparency in reporting and what they're getting for their dollars is a huge part of it. But on top of that, there's a lot of conversations about click fraud and, and then now the hiding of ads so that the ad blocker technology that's out there to where individuals are blocking some of that technology. So for us in our industry, for the digital marketing, it's really critical for us to make sure that we follow and maintain ethical business practices.
Yeah.
But more importantly, what we're doing is providing a really relevant message to a person that is in market and ready to receive it. We don't want to just blast out a whole bunch of generic information, but we really want to provide a relevant user experience and a personalized user experience for each individual when they're surfing the web. And if we do that as advertisers properly, ad blocking technology is going to become irrelevant. Mm-hmm. And, just being able to maintain, and I know there's a lot of things going in the background to improve click fraud and measurability and authenticity of those messages as well.
And you're definitely right about credibility too with social media. Your reputation's on the line. Like everybody can see if people value your brand or if they don't. It's all out there for everybody to see now. Whereas TV and newspaper and traditional advertising was push advertising where you could just push your message, but online it's all kind of a community and it's your audience being able to share their voice about you.
Absolutely.
So.
Very true. Good questions.
Yeah. I actually had a personal question. I really wanted to see your opinion on where you think Twitter is going. We've kind of seen them fall behind a little bit compared to Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. The Snapchat being the newest, biggest thing that advertisers want to be on, and Twitter's kind of fallen behind. What do you think? What do you think the future is going to be for them?
I think they're going to evolve. It's a huge platform. They still get a lot of engagements. They still have a lot of people that are on there on a frequent basis. I think it's just a matter of using Twitter the way it was designed to use. It's that quick hit of information. It's what's happening right now in the moment. It's not a long-term marketing message or a platform for that.
Yeah.
It's not about getting a lot of information out to, large volumes of information. It's just about those quick hits. And the way people are using Twitter, I think, is what's happening right now around me. It's when there's some sort of emergent situation, some sort of big news item that happens is when we see an increase in Twitter, and I think that will probably continue. I do think Twitter will also evolve. I think they're going to get on the bandwagon and start following some of the marketing that Facebook is doing and Instagram is now rolling out, and Snapchat is going to start increasing as well.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take one more question. If we don't get to your guys' questions today, but you wanted to ask something, go ahead and share it in the comments, and we'll get back to you.
Absolutely.
And we can even share it on our next episode. So our last question is going to be from Tobaria. He said, how do you shift through all the people who use the internet and find the right audiences for your clients?
Well, the beauty and the scary part of the internet is that there are no secrets. Everything is being tracked for every individual.
Yeah.
And, again, kids, there's no photo that's safe. If you put something out there, it is out there. It is viewed by companies like ours. So we have great relationships with some third-party companies that collect that data and start to filter that data and provide us access to doing that so that we can determine who is the right individual, who is the wrong individual. If somebody is shopping for a vehicle, there are certain traits and certain behaviors that they exhibit on the internet as they're going through that process.
Yep.
And we're able to identify those early triggers for that market so that when we have a car dealer who's trying to sell a vehicle, we can say, okay, this person is in market based on their current behaviors. It could be everything from search activity to social media activity to pages that they have viewed and content that they've downloaded, forms that have been filled out, questions and things posted on social media. All that information is available to us, and we're able to identify very specific personality profiles and traits using that information.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the internet, because you have all that information, access to that information, and can group people that are in market. Advertising is almost working with their audience to show you the best ads instead of just mass kind of annoying you with advertisements.
Again, it's all about the user experience at the end of the day. We want to provide each individual person a really great experience while they're on the web. We want to show them ads that are relevant to them.
Yep.
Correct.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on our show today on the 3rd episode at 10 at 10. If we didn't get to your questions, I want to remind you again, go ahead and comment those, and we'll answer those in the comment section, and we can share it on our next episode as well.
And thanks to everyone that did send us a question today.
So that is the 10 at 10. I'm Ashley Eining.
And I'm Luke Majerus.
And I'm Korena Keys.
Thanks for joining.